Hello, hello, greetings, my lovely friends from around the world. Mari Smith here, coming to you live from sunny San Diego, and I have a wonderful guest with me here in the studio. This is Cyndi Napick. She is head of business for Animoto.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Mari.
You came all the way to San Diego.
Yes, it's gorgeous here. I mean, it's a warm week in New York this week, but it is very beautiful here.
We're having a wee hot spell, 70s. So my friends, as it says in the description there, what we're going to do today is we have a wonderful training for you that Cyndi and I have been putting together for the last several weeks. And we're going to bring you some hot tips on what's happening with the Facebook algorithm, video marketing. We want to be able to help you create professional videos that generate results and revenue this year and beyond. We're going to cover, like I say, best practices, pro tips for creating videos that generate, pro tips for creating videos and setting up effective video ads. Okie dokie? Yeah. And then Cyndi's going to do a live demo.
Yes, don't miss that. It'll be really great. It's going to be a recap of what we teach today.
Yes, exactly. You'll see it live in action because I'm going to share my desktop. And then plus I love doing Q&A. So hi. Hello, Jason DeMo. He says he's first. Hannah and Shelley, Barb, Molly. It's lovely to see you all here. Moira from New York City. That's outstanding. Oh yeah, hi Moira. That's awesome. So we're going to share my desktop. We've got some slides. As I say, we'll share desktop. We've got some free resources for you. If you signed up for this on Animoto's page, there's some great. Remind me again what they get.
Yeah, we've got a social video toolkit for 2018. It includes a social media calendar of events.
Yes.
As well as a link to stock images.
We love that.
Video. Yes. Absolutely. And I love this because, both of us create videos regularly. So we're really sharing our own tips and strategies for what works for us so that it can help you with your video creation as well. So excited to share our little tips and tricks.
I know. And if you see me look at my screen here, my friends, just below the camera there, we've got the computers here because we're going to be sharing you a lot. And just in case, if you're jumping on here live and you did not get the resources that Cyndi and I are talking about, I'm going to pop them right here. In fact, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to pin that. And then I'm going to go like this. Oh, okay. And it comes. And just bear with us for a quick second here. I'm going to dive right in. We've got some awesome tips for you.
Mari is do it all. She's going live and broadcasting and doing stuff in the Facebook groups.
Hang on. Facebook sometimes ornery. Well, maybe actually, no, because I want it to be this link. And, when you go to copy a link from Facebook and it copies all of the other stuff with it. Here we go. That's what I want to do. Just in case that you have not pre-registered for this specific training that we're going to do here today, I'm going to pin that comment because that's going to actually get you some free resources that Cyndi just talked about, the free social calendar and free stock resources. And
some special offers from both of us.
Yes, indeed. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so awesome to see you all here. Let's dive in, and we've got some great training for you. So we do this. I'm going to go over to here and over to here.
I'm learning from the master here. It's great.
Thank you so much. And I take my little screen off like that and share my screen. And there we go. Perfect. Ta-da! How to create and monetize. Okay, my friends, we are in business.
Exactly.
We've got to monetize. You can just create great video content and it goes out there. And then, you have to be able to tie that to the bottom line. You have to measure your ROI. And there's been some big changes on Facebook, and we'll talk about those in just a little minute. Yeah. So we want to help you to be able to make videos that generate results and revenue, as I said there. And it's going to be me and Cyndi coming to you from lovely San Diego. Thanks for being here. I see your comments, you lovely feet peeps from all over the world. Now then, guess what? Who can guess? What do you think? When it comes to video in particular, right? When it comes to making more video, what would you guys say is the top challenge, the number one challenge, number one reason that marketers are struggling to create video?
This should be a trivia HQ question.
Yes, it should be a trivia question.
See if anyone can get it right.
Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's a slight lag time here, so we're just going to dive in.
We're going to give it away.
We're going to give it away.
10 seconds on Trivia HQ.
So this is from, you'll see in a minute, because both Animoto and a Buffer app have done surveys around this. Yeah, there's somebody saying time. Yes, it is indeed.
It is, right.
A lack of time or resources. That's not even a video problem. That's not even a marketing problem. That's an age-old problem in our crazy, busy, intense world where there's so much going on, so much information coming at you, so many choices, many choices.
Right, and we can't give people more time or resources. If I could, I totally would. But what we can give are tips and tricks so that you can use your time more effectively and do more with the time that you do have. So that's our goal today, right?
It is. We're going to open up the kimono and give away all our ninja tricks. Yeah. So whether you're using a big professional camera or your phone, we're going to see some of these tips will apply to pretty much anything. Oh, Chuck's got a good one there. Technology, I'm seeing. Shelley saying inability to keep audience attention.
Yeah, we'll cover
There's
some of that.
Sam saying budget. Seth is saying editing. Oh my gosh, wait till you see. Editing should not be an issue. Time being set aside to perform quality videos. Sure. Yeah, I know. Ellen Virtual says not a good excuse. It's true.
Yeah, and you know what? We're in the same boat as everybody else, right? I mean, you and I both travel. I get to see Mari. I get to be sitting next to Mari today, but usually we cross paths at conference circuits. Yeah. And it's just a busy time. But, you know, both of us create videos. And so hopefully this will be useful to everybody.
And you'll be able to see how to create videos in batches, if you will, not just one-offs, and to repurpose, get lots of mileage out of all your amazing video content there. Seeing some great responses here. James saying afraid to be seen. I know for sure for doing Facebook Lives, that's actually a common fear, I think, for a lot of people, men and women, is just pressing that go live button. And it's like, what if I say something wrong or, but the good news is when you create videos, using a platform like Animoto, you can take your image, your own images, your own video clips, combine it with stock. You'll see magic stuff coming up. I had to show you one more slide. This is actually our friends at Buffer, as I said. They found 43%. Now then, there's music to this video. We won't be playing the audio coming today, or I could turn it up. I can turn it up real loud. You can maybe hear it a little bit.
It's a nice soundtrack.
Because it's a good track. It's kind of like a nightclub track. But that video, the little square video, the couple of stock images that I got on Pixabay, I think they're one of the sources we're going to recommend. I created that little video, and I'm going to tell you, in the Animoto, let's play it again. I created it in about 59 seconds flat.
Less than a minute.
That's all it took because it's all made for you. So you'll see, or the storyboards.
Yes.
Now then, but before we go any further.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And if you just joined us, welcome. It is the Mari Smith and Cyndi Napick from Animoto show.
Yes, today it is.
Today. We're coming to you live from sunny San Diego in my wonderful home office studio here. And we're happy to have you from around the world. We have a great training coming up here. First, as it says on our screen there, but first, what is the but first? The but first is, drum roll, the Facebook newsfeed algorithm change. There's an algorithm. There's an algorithm. There's an elephant in the room. We've got to address them. We've got to address Zuck. So I think unless somebody's been like living under a rock, as that saying goes, right? There's been some big announcements. Only 3 weeks into the year.
And I think it hit even the mainstream news. It hit the New York Times. I was watching the Critics Choice Award on TV and browsing through people.com just to see what the stars were wearing, and there's Mark Zuckerberg, just headline on people.com. And I was like, wow, this is top news here.
Yes. They've always been quite good at their PR.
Yes.
Sometimes it's retroactive. Anyway, so every year, Mark Zuckerberg rolls out a personal challenge. And I thought his personal challenge this year was really, really interesting because it's not really personal per se. And so it's basically to make sure that he fixes the issues that are plaguing Facebook. And one of which is ensuring the time all of us here are users, but we're also businesses, we're marketers, but with our user hat on in particular, Mark wants to make sure that the time we spend on Facebook is time well spent. And how are they going to do that is you'll see in a moment with the conversation and going in depth with the discussion. I wanted to also add this one because this was in November, and I'm seeing and hearing a lot of people saying, oh my God, video is going to go down, and we're not doing video anymore because I saw that video is going to. No, that's not true. There's still very much a video first strategy.
Right. I mean, I think as I think about Facebook's own strategy, video does represent that next opportunity for growth for video. So I don't see video being deprioritized in their strategy. It doesn't quite make sense from a business perspective for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially when you take into account the watch platform is where they're really wanting to go with things. I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks in particular, in the context of what is Facebook up to with these big algorithm changes. And so that was on the Q3 earnings call last November that Mark actually said over the next 3 years, the biggest trend, let's look at that, friends, biggest trend in our products will be the growth of video.
Yeah.
Facebook's still focused on video first strategies, I say, and here's the kicker, here's the key. It's about active engagement versus passive. So many of you probably saw that, right? Where Adam Mosseri, the head of newsfeed at Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg both said in the last couple of weeks that even just watching video in your newsfeed is a, quote, passive experience, whereas live gets 6 times the engagement than your regular videos, right?
Yeah, but I can see it even now.
We've got a lot of engagement happening over here. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for your comments, my friends. And if you've got volume up, someone says, how is our volume? I think I do have the volume as far as it will go. Mm-hmm.
I can just project louder.
Oh, yes. It says, if my guest could speak up a bit, she's soft-spoken, harder to hear. Okay.
Yes.
I'll
project my voice a little bit more. Thanks for that real-time feedback. See,
that's
the beauty of casting live.
It is indeed. So then if I go like this, and we'll just adjust that ever so slightly so that you can both get us nice
a mic fix
nice and clear. Making sure it's out of the shot, but in our front of us. There you go. Right. That should be a little better. Got it.
Okay. And yes, I will speak up a little bit more. So hopefully but we were talking about engagement versus passive consumption of video.
Right. So, Fiji Simo, she's the head of video at Facebook, and she just announced in the last, 10 days or so, they introduced this new watch parties. Temporary, not temporary, but like a beta test. So you can take any video, recorded video, not live, any video, and then a group admin or group moderator can play that video inside of a group in this watch party.
Watch it together.
And you all watch it together, and it's kind of mocking up live, right? It's basically, here's, all the members of your group together can participate almost as if you're watching, a major sporting event or, Dancing with the Stars or whatever people all watch together.
Yeah.
American Idol.
Yeah. Learning best practices.
Learning video best practices.
I think I love the post that you put up last night. If anyone of you guys saw that, it's not new. All of this news, yes, it got front page, news, but it's not exactly new news. Facebook has rolled out changes in the past, and when Animoto as a team, we took a deep look at this. We called a meeting and we discussed it, and the main principles remain the same. I mean, it has always been about creating meaningful connections. So we have always talked about quality over quantity, right?
Exactly.
Creating real value for people who are watching online. And so I think those main principles have not changed. And I admire Mark's, his stance on this.
Totally. So, yeah. Well, and apparently, they're going to be sacrificing a little bit of short-term revenue for long-term user sentiment, making sure the users have to be happy. They have to be. You cannot afford for users to be, migrating elsewhere en masse.
That's better for all of us. It's better for all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think all of this discussion is really great. I think it's just for the folks out there who are spending too much time discussing. All of that discussion should lead us to action. That's what I believe, at least. You don't want to discuss and think of ideas all day long and then be led to inactivity. It should be you're discussing with the group, with experts, with people that you trust, and then moving yourself to action. Totally. Exactly. Having your tribe. Hi, Molly. Thank you so much. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Stephanie. It's great to see you all here. Okay, so let's jump back to our slides. And another point I want to really anchor is what content is favored now. Now that Mark Zuckerberg had his personal challenge for the year of fixing Facebook, like making sure time's well spent, and then also the big algorithm change to favor posts by friends and family, less public posts, more posts that spark discussion engagement. These are my points on this slide. So yes, you'll see, and most people here probably started to see a little bit of change in your news feed. Some of these changes are not fully rolled out yet, and it will take the algorithm time to kind of find its way. I saw a difference right away, like literally overnight. Same. Right? Same. Yeah. Yep. I saw more videos. I saw way more videos. Yes. That
friends I hadn't seen or heard of in a long time,
Right.
like years.
I think that's the most noticeable difference. for
Yeah,
me.
right?
Yeah.
And they were sharing videos from pages, though. They were page videos. And the recipe in my feed was that they were all videos that had 1 million or more views. So I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, and I think that's kind of temporary, you know, it's not like I'm only ever going to see that. So that includes sharing page posts, content that sparks conversation and meaningful interactions, discourse back and forth, not just, you know, short comments or no comments at all. And that could include news articles, videos, prompting lots of discussion. Shows from the Watch platform. As the months roll by of this year, we will definitely be seeing more content on the Watch platform. The Watch is Facebook's digital streaming television platform, very similar to obviously YouTube, Netflix,
Sure.
Amazon, Hulu, and I believe it's only in the US right now. We'll definitely be rolling out worldwide as they get going with this, really. So video, and especially live, generates authentic engagement. And I mentioned that users are 6 times more likely to comment on Facebook Live videos compared to regular. So that's why we're doing this show for you.
Yeah. Yep.
And feel free to answer questions, to pop questions in there. We'll do our best to circle back toward the end and give you some great answers. So thanks so much for being here. Now then, Facebook Live, my little visuals up there. Great stat from our friends at Bright Cove here. Social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Mm-hmm. It still amazes me, Cyndi. I got to tell you, when I go to people's Facebook pages, I do critiques all the time in my different groups and my training programs, and I love to pull up Facebook pages and provide tips and a critique, you know. Mm-hmm. And I'm amazed at how many pages are just not really taking advantage enough of video, and they just automatically connect up their blog, and so just every time they write something, it's just a link post. It's like every post is a link post.
Yes.
Even when the article's talking about video marketing, it's still a link post.
Mm-hmm. I think we're still at the beginning of this rise in video. Mm-hmm. So even though we are seeing a lot of video, as Mari pointed out earlier, I see the same thing in my feed. I would say probably 75 to 80% of my posts that I see are videos.
Oh, good. Yeah.
A lot of them are from pages, but there are so many businesses out there who have not shared enough video. In fact, we did an audit around Inbound, around the HubSpot conference.
Yes, that's
and
right.
We asked folks to take an audit of their Facebook pages and tell us how much video content they're posting. And the results were all over the place. You know, there were some folks who said that they're doing really great. You know, a lot of their content is video, but I would say more folks kind of admitted to us that, you know, not as much as they would like.
Sure.
But when you see results like this, that video gets shared so much more than the other forms of content, I just don't see why you wouldn't post video. And hopefully after this, you'll be ready to do more of it.
Exactly. You'll be empowered with the right tools. Keep your comments coming. I see this. You're talking about the elephant. I know. Oh, no. I can see the headline now. Mario Smith calls Mark Zuckerberg an elephant. No, I just said there was an elephant in the room. And then Zuck's photo happened to pop up. My number one, and then we're going to give you some amazing examples, because Cyndi has been working hard behind the scenes coming up with some great examples from real clients. We're going to show you some real clients with real videos, with real results. And that's coming up right after this part. So my number one content creation tip, my friends, is to make sure that your video, all your content, but especially your video, is what's called thumb stopping. So our lovely mobile devices. Facebook users, 2.07 billion of them, over 80%, it's like 84%, almost 85%, predominantly are accessing Facebook on their mobile devices. Now, if you're the kind of person that you sit at your desk a lot and you're looking at Facebook on a large screen or a laptop or a notepad even, but you don't use it much on your phone, and you really need to do that as a marketer, as a business person, make sure you're looking at your content on the phone as well to see what it looks like, and really study. I might study Facebook newsfeed all the time, and I see what kinds of things people are doing. I save ads all the time. Mm-hmm. But the key here is to make it thumb stopping. Facebook actually calls it that, right? So scroll. Oh, stop. Something got my attention. What is this? So you want to craft your video for maximum shares. I want to show you how to do that, so that when your audience, and even your audience's audience, right, the friends of your audience, when they see them people sharing it, oh, what is this? I want to share this now. Ideally, it's something educational or inspirational or entertaining or all of the above but something that is kind of tugging at people's heartstrings, or that is making them want to lean in and learn. Mm-hmm. That's a good phrase. Lean in and learn.
Yeah, and video inherently is more thumb-stopping than other forms of content.
It's the movement. Movement catches the eye.
Exactly. Just as humans, our eyes are drawn to movement, so having that movement in the very beginning will get folks' attention.
Exactly. Yes, very good. Okay, so, ta-da! Here we go with our examples.
Yeah, so with all of these tips, we wanted to give real examples. And just to clarify, I know we use the word clients, customers. Animoto is completely self-service, so we don't create these videos, but we do have over 1 million businesses who have used Animoto to create videos for their business. And so we're sharing just a few of those examples, especially since a lot of these videos are out in the wild. So if you like them, go check out their pages and take a look at those videos. But yes, the first example is from a blogger site called Peanut Blossom. So it's like a mom and lifestyle blogging site by Tiffany Dale.
Oh, cool. Hi, Tiffany.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we have static screenshots, but in a second, we're going to actually play the video. And all the video examples we're going to give in our presentation here today, our training, have audio, but it's all music. Great. Mm-hmm. Royalty-free music.
Commercially licensed, royalty-free music that's available in the Animoto library.
You won't get dinged by Facebook going, what are you doing putting someone else's music up? So when I play, I'm going to play in the background, and then we'll show you the results as well. But they're really fun. Mm-hmm. And you can see that we also got some funky music here. But
and we were working on this through the holidays. So some of this is from the holidays, but this was a great example of how to create glitter ornaments for your tree. So we're well past the holiday season, but just wanted to bring this up because there were some really amazing results.
It's a how-to. The key here is it's a how-to video.
It's a how-to video, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Nicely done.
Yeah, and we'll go into some ways that she created this.
Beautiful. So
for some of the results, the one of the wins that I love about this is that you were talking about 1 million views.
Yeah.
And some businesses think, I can't get 1 million views, but you can. You know, and you talked about some unicorn videos out there.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, our friend Larry Kim, I love that. He said unicorn gets 10x what you normally get.
So this video got 1.4 million views, and Tiffany shared the results with us of her ad, and she spent just $50 promoting this video.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
$50 for 1.4 million views. Look at that. 13,000 shares.
Yep. Yeah. And if for those of you who are thinking, oh, organic reach is on the decline, you know that, again, we've known that for a while.
Yes.
We've known that for a while. But when you take a look at this video, they had over 2 million in organic reach versus just 14,000 in paid reach. So, you know, the organic reach is still there.
That's amazing.
You just have to earn it.
So, folks, this is a really important point that Cyndi just made. So you said that they got 1.4 million views, and say the traffic numbers again.
Yeah, so they put $50 to promote this video on Facebook, and as a result of that $50, you know, Facebook shows you the amount of reach that you get for your video.
The extra reach, yeah.
Yes, and so they got over 2 million in organic reach.
Yeah.
And then 14,000 in paid reach.
See, so this is partly what I've come to coin the Mari method, is where your organic reach goes up exponentially as you give Facebook some ad money, and it's a magic formula, if you will, and it works every time. Mm-hmm. But it obviously works even better when you have a great video that resonates. And I saw that the date that Tiffany had posted that was November 3rd. So it was right on time. It was just before the holidays and whatnot. People could go and get their stuff and make those beautiful glitter balls. So Cyndi's going to tell you just basically how Tiffany at the Peanut Blossom.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely.
I almost said peanut butter. No.
So I think you already touched on this in your opening slide of creating thumb-stopping content, and that is to create educational, inspirational content, entertainment if you can. But I think that the one tactic here, and it's kind of a soft tactic, but it's something that I think, Mari, you're excellent at, and I would say that I spend a lot of my time trying to do this as well, and that's empathy.
Yes.
I think that's the number one tactic that marketers can use, is to have a lot of empathy for your audience. And what I mean by that is it's not just about what we want to create. It's not just about the content that I want to push out and have you watch. It's about listening to my audience and what they want to hear, what the market is asking for. And so I think that's a really important tip here. And in this case, Tiffany created a blog post knowing that her audience, the people who read her blog, are looking for holiday ideas around the November time period. And so by listening to the types of conversations that are online, knowing what her audience likes, she created something that really resonates, and she was able to make it timely. So this is a key thing on social media because it is a constant conversation online. And so you want to be part of what people are talking about, right? And so one trick for that is leveraging the holidays. Now, I don't just mean the Christmas holiday that just passed us, but holidays moving forward. Yes, Valentine's Day is coming up. Fun fact, on Facebook IQ, you can actually see all of the hottest trends on Facebook and Instagram. They tell you with these hot spots of what the hottest topics are. And last year, Valentine's Day is such a big hot topic that it surpassed Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, even Beyonce as a headline in February. So the holidays are a great way to be part of that online conversation. And that's what Tiffany leveraged to get that additional organic result.
That's brilliant.
Industry news is another thing. And we don't just mean the Facebook news. There's all kinds of industry news out there. If you're a hairstylist, you know, the latest trends for your hair this season. If you are a real estate agent, you know, I saw a video recently from a real estate agent, and they shared a news about the 1031 tax deferment plan. And there's some timing involved in that, and they created a video around that timing. So there's so many things that you can do with industry news. And then in terms of a technical tip, using Square.
Square is awesome.
Yes.
Do we have it on this? Yeah, it actually takes up more space in the news feed on both desktop and mobile.
Yes, I love that you said that because, you know, there's news circulating out there, real and fake. I've heard some folks say it's 78% bigger in your mobile newsfeed, but guess what? It's in both.
Yes, it is.
It's 78% bigger in the newsfeed, period. So
nice.
It just takes up more real estate, and what marketer doesn't want more real estate?
I love the Square videos. I really do a lot of Square on my page. That's great. Animoto, your colleagues are here. They just shared the Facebook IQ link.
Great.
So that's helpful.
That's very helpful.
Thanks, team. Great. So then let's look at another example. What about Click and Curl?
More education. So I know that was a blogger example, and some of you guys are thinking, okay, well, I don't do crafts. Well, this is a company called Click and Curl. Started by a woman named Kim. Hi, Kim, if you're joining in. They sell the hair rollers to give your hair lots of volume. I love
this video.
Yes. And they created a video sharing pro tips on how to get the perfect blowout. And it did really well for them. It increased sales of their product by 48%. One of the things, if you watch this video carefully, they really act like a big brand. They've got some really smart product placement. It's not over the top salesy. It's not throwing their product in your face. If you see it in the very first 5 seconds or so, they've got a product placement in that background. So it's just really well done just like the large advertisers that you would see. So really nice job in that. And yes, it resulted in increase in sales, in website visits through clicks on this ad, and lots of shares.
That's amazing. I love this example. That's really neat that you pointed that out, that the ad or the video is created so beautifully done. I'm just clicking through some of the sections here. It's just a simple white background, nice lighting, and the only audio is music again, right? We want to design for sound off. That's really a hot tip for all video that you're creating, is if you can design for sound off. Otherwise, put captions, and then also what these videos are doing is put these lower thirds, which is great.
Yeah, and we're getting lots of questions about Square.
Yeah. Oh, we are about Square. Yeah. How do you shoot Square?
That's a great question. In fact, I've got a demo at the end to show you exactly how to do that. You don't need to shoot Square video from your iPhone or Android device. You can shoot it any direction. You can shoot it in vertical, landscape. You just bring it into a tool like Animoto, and we basically crop it for you so that when you export or share that video into Facebook, it will be in the 1:1 square format, like what you see from these examples. And so
we have examples.
Yes, we will show you how to do that.
Yes.
great questions.
Awesome. I'm seeing some great questions here, folks. We'll get to your questions as many as we can as soon as possible. So how to create share-worthy videos.
Yeah.
Now, this is breaking down what Click and Curl did.
Yes. Yeah. And this, I think the one lesson here is just encouragement for you guys out there. I've talked to a lot of small business owners at events, at conferences, in our customer interviews. And, there are times where people say, well, what do I know better than everyone else? And I would say, you know what? The work that you do every single day is your expertise. I mean, you live and breathe that. So if you have hairstyling products, guess what? You are an expert in all things hair and blowouts, right? That's content right there. The way that I put it is, at Animoto, we live and breathe video. So every day I wake up, I think about video. I go to meetings about video. I take calls to customers to talk about video. I get to work with awesome folks like yourself to discuss video strategy. So every single day, Team Animoto is thinking. We're studying videos out there. We're dissecting the good ones out there to see what's good, what's not. And so we've got a whole lot of content on video. Same thing with the florist out there. She's arranging flowers every single day, day in, day out. That makes you an expert in that. And so there's just so much there that you can share with someone. I just talked about tax advice from a real estate agent or an accountant. I'm thinking of a woman that I met recently at a conference, and she does healthy pizzas. And she was like, well, everyone knows pizza. So how does that make me an expert in pizza? And I was like, well, you study what makes pizza healthy. Share that information with folks,
She has distinctions, I know. And another tip there, just to plus what you've been saying there, is sometimes it's to ask a friend, especially if you're a solo business owner and you're just kind of like so in your own space of business, and you turn to your friends like, what do you think I know really well? And then just have them just give you a whole list of things, or even the one key thing that you know better than anyone else. And then you'd be like, oh my gosh, light bulb moment.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make some videos around that.
You are uniquely qualified to share your expertise with others. So I encourage you to go do that with video.
Beautiful. Well said. Okay. So, I love this example. Now then, this is going to be for sharing inside of a group.
Yes.
But so it's a group called Are Wildness?
Yes. And there's some discussion out there with the new algorithm changes of how that might impact groups, good or bad.
That's true.
And so this next example is an example from Are Wildness. They are an outdoors group, and I love this video actually because I spend a lot of time on my computer, and it's that nice reminder that outside of work, get outside.
Indeed.
Enjoy
nature.
All that nature has to offer.
Unplug.
It's really beautiful.
Commune with nature.
Yep.
30 days of rewilding. I love that. So that was a video they put into their group.
Into their group, right. Right. And what they did is they posted, I believe, 5 videos made with Animoto. And over that time, they were able to grow their group to over 5,000 Facebook group members, which is fantastic. This video itself got 195 shares. So again, focusing on what will get shared. And overall, if you looked at those 5 videos together, they got over 1,000 shares together, and lots of reactions and comments. Yeah.
I love this. So that's a great tip here, to use videos to create and build your groups, to attract more members to your groups. Because I always say, like, your vibe attracts your tribe. Put what you're doing out there, put it into a video and use that to attract people to come to your group. And groups have an incredible place in the new marketing, if you will. Everything that Facebook's doing with these algorithm changes, a big part of what they're doing is focusing on groups. I've actually seen the boost button is coming to groups. If you can imagine that you have very large groups with hundreds of thousands, or even there's groups with millions of members, there's no way everybody could be, necessarily seeing all the content. And so they're also, Facebook last summer, they had that first ever community summit in Chicago. And then they got one coming up in London. And so Facebook's putting a lot of emphasis on groups, but I absolutely, I put it in my status update last night, my post I made on my page about these algorithm changes. You do not want to abandon your page in favor of a group. It has to be both and. Use them both together. I've got a group on my page. I know Animoto has at least 4 or 5 different groups on their page that you can check out. and join them.
Yeah, I agree with that altogether. You know, not to abandon your business pages, but groups are a great way to supplement them.
Yes.
I see groups as opt-in marketing for social media.
Yeah.
You know, because people are saying, hey, I want to be part of that tribe. And so they're opting into the conversation in those groups.
That's true.
And since the changes have rolled out, I don't know if it's just in mine, but I've been seeing a lot more of the content in the groups that I belong to rising in my newsfeed. So that's one thing to consider as you're creating videos. So how they did it, so how they created this video, I think one of the tips that I want to share with you guys is to create a culture of accountability. I think that that's, at least for me personally, that's what I get a lot out of from groups.
That's true.
You know, anything that will get folks rallying around the same passions and sharing content, and again, engagement, having those quality conversations with one another in those groups, that's key. The technical tip that I want to share here, and I don't know if you guys missed it because we were talking through that video, but in the second to last block of this video, they include a really clear call to action. And I think this is important to remember when creating videos in the new age of marketing, if that's what we're going to call it.
It is.
But it's that, you know, we want to tell folks what action they should take. You know, it's if you just end the video, I don't know if you want me to share that video. I might just not think of it. But just by including a call to action, a CTA at the end of your video, you can tell folks exactly what you want to do. And in this case, they did a great job with it. They said to join us in their 30-day challenge and to bring a friend, basically.
Nice.
So they wanted you to encourage friends to also get outside with you. And I think that helped with their results as well. They did a great job of using stock assets, and we will talk about that later in the resources.
Yes.
But it's just an example that you don't need to shoot something from scratch. You can use what's out there and create a great video.
Yeah, Stephanie's asking for links to the videos. We will definitely get that to you.
Sure.
I don't know if your Animoto team has them.
I think the team at Animoto might be able to share some links here to We Are Wildness.
Yeah, I love that. I got to go join that group. Oh, and then here's where you can go. Here's a link to the new stock assets.
That's right. So if you had signed up for this webinar, this Facebook Live, it actually went out in your confirmation email. So there's a link to our Smug Mug stock library that you can access. Check it out. And I'll show you some stuff from there too.
Yeah, we're going to do a live demo. We have one more example, I think? Yes. So Nest Homeware. Take a look at what these guys are doing. This is beautiful. I love this one.
Yes.
A cookware, right?
Yes, they do cast iron pans as
skillets
well as pots.
And very nicely done. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, my dad was a baker, so I recognize some of this cookware.
Yeah,
very nice. Oh, and it's just simple. There you go. With that, like you say, there's an example of a simple call to action. Order today, save 20%.
You got to tell folks what action you want them to take, and not just assume that they'll know. So this did great. This increased their weekly sales, average weekly sales by 4x when they promoted this. This was a Facebook ad, just to be clear. So this was not content. This was created as a video ad for Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah, and it resulted in over 500 link clicks, which helped with those sales. And yeah, they even grew their Facebook page likes as well. So let's take a look at how they did it.
Nice.
One thing I could say is if you even follow Nest Homeware on their Instagram page, actually, all of these photos are all there. So they repurposed
their own stock,
their own photos. And they had a photo shoot a while ago and they just reused, they didn't create new photos for this ad. They just reused what they had already. So
nice.
Very, very smart there. Some of the takeaways, when setting up video ads, and you'll go into more detail with this, but be concise. Now, I know that as part of the algorithm that there's talking about long form video, I definitely believe in that as well. But when it comes to video advertising, you still want to keep it concise. I mean, you think about that TV commercial spot is still 30 seconds or less. And so that's a good ballpark there. And there's even smaller pieces. I mean, we worked directly with the YouTube team on their bumper ads, which is only 6 seconds. And Sheryl Sternberg talks about bite-sized ads. So if you're creating video advertising, keep it concise.
Exactly.
And then I need my notes. What's the next bullet?
Test,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Testing to find what works. I truly believe in this. We had Gary Vaynerchuk at our
Yes,
summit this
I
year,
saw that.
and Mari keynoted our very first summit.
That's right, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. But we had Gary this year, and he said something that just really jumped out at me. And he was like, you can't just run an ad once and decide that it just doesn't work for your business.
That's
because
true.
guess what? I mean, I would say most of the top brands, we also use Facebook advertising regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, while you're debating or discussing about whether Facebook ads works for you, businesses are doing it already. Instead of asking whether it works for you, I think it's more important, again, to move towards action and figure out how to make it work for you. I think that's the better question to be asking.
That's very true. And it's so crucial to test and sometimes split test. And,
exactly.
If you're brand new to Facebook advertising, brand new, you've barely done anything with Facebook ads, I have heard it from many different authorities that you want to be setting about $1,200, and you might spend that over weeks, it might be over months, not all at once, but expect budget up to $1,200. Some of you are freaking out right now. I know I can feel it. But that is for testing as you progress. So if you just put $10 on a boosted post and it doesn't perform very well, and then you just throw your hands up and go, that doesn't work. That's what we're talking about. That's the difference. Right. You want to be in the trenches and testing and be a smart marketer that's looking at adjusting all the different aspects of your video ads and all your different ads. And boosted posts, I've got a slide coming up about that in a moment. I saw someone asking about boost versus ads.
Yeah. The last tip is, you already touched on it a little bit, is setting aside a budget up front. It's one thing for me to have an ad ready and then to go to my finance department and say, hey, can I have budget for this? Mm-hmm. It's another thing to already set aside budget from the beginning of the year. And we're still in January, so there's still some time here. But setting aside budget so that you know that you're going to invest in testing, learning, and getting those ads out there, it really helps. So that's something that will help you move faster.
I know, I like that. Yes, and having to go with checking with the finance department. We don't want to do. It's like you've already got it set up in advance. I saw one quick question here I did want to quickly address in case anybody else has the same question. I think it was from Shelley. Says, I didn't sign up for this webinar. Was I supposed to? Well, the beautiful thing about Facebook Live is you don't have to sign up. We just went live, so this is absolutely open and free to everybody. But the comment that I pinned, there is a URL there that you can just go ahead and if you didn't let us know that specifically you wanted to be on this webinar, that's okay. The benefit though of being on that, is bit.ly/free_video_live. And what you'll see, you get some great gifts from Animoto, a social calendar and some stock images, and then special offers from ourselves. So you can do that if you want to, guys and gals. Okay, so back to sharing my screen. We're going to switch gears and talk about how to optimize your Facebook ads, really how to optimize them, period. And Cyndi was just giving us an example there with the cookware company and Nest
Homeware.
Homeware, thank you. So beautifully done. You want to use video and images native. This is directly from Facebook, native to mobile. What do we mean by that? Is formats that show well on your mobile device. And top of the list is Square. Instagram was really the birth, if you will, or the popularization of Square video. Everybody got used to Square photos, Square videos on Instagram, and they just look well and perform well on both Facebook and Instagram, particularly for ads. Canvas, some of you might have experimented with Canvas. That's where it's the full screen. It takes up the whole screen on the phone, and you can tilt side to side to see photos.
It's an immersive experience. It just takes over your entire screen.
Mark Zuckerberg's favorite word is immersive.
Yes.
So Canvas is a format it's actually only native to mobile. And I've seen some beautiful Square videos inside of Canvas ads.
Yes, Brussels Airlines created some videos with Animoto and included it in their Canvas ads, and it looks really great. So you can absolutely add videos to your Canvas ads.
Correct, right. And then you've got stories, which are for putting that format is obviously unique to mobile. Of course, you can see them on desktop now. Carousel, as you've probably seen those, they're always square, and you can do up to 10 images and/or videos, and each one can link to a different destination on your website. And Facebook has some really cool things that they do with these carousel, because they'll look to see and optimize which one of your cards, as they're called, your square video or image, is getting the best results, the best click-through rate. And I know that they can do a lot more because I am always getting retargeted by Amazon. Amazon was one of the best remarketers or retargeters out there, and I shop a lot on Amazon, I must admit. And then I will get retargeted, and I have seen, I think I counted one time 26 cards. I was like, it just went on and on and on. And I was like, swipe, swipe, swipe.
They're training us to swipe left and right, I believe, instead of just up and down.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. For all of these formats, though, you can use video in any of these.
Exactly.
News that came out that I saw yesterday actually is that in Instagram stories, we will soon, at least in the US, we will soon be able to post any types of formats to stories. Right now, it's only portrait on Instagram stories.
Yes.
Now, soon you'll be able to post square videos to your stories.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, so that's coming soon. So.
Well, and this little example that's playing over in the side here, Mind Movies, my good friend Natalie Ledwell, and this was a beautiful ad. You can see almost 3 million views.
Nice.
She did really well with that. Actually, let me just go back. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Come back. We're going ahead of ourselves. I wanted to replay that video for everybody just so they can see. It's super simple, crazy simple. You probably saw it if you were watching, folks. Mm-hmm. But this is it's a looping like 13 seconds. And that is an example of a square video, but it's landscape. You can see the woman opening her eyes. That part of it is landscape, but the whole video is square. And you can actually create those types inside of Animoto.
Yes. Yeah. I won't cover that today, but if our team's on, we do have a blog post that shows you step by step how to create things like that. Nice.
Nice. Love it. And then you saw that on my slide there. Sheryl Sandberg said last year in the Q2 earnings call, encouraging you, now this is specifically for ads. So your ads, now you can put the short snackable videos 6 seconds, believe it or not, somewhere between 6 and 15 seconds performs very, very well. And the short form snackable content Cheryl's referring to is specifically for ads. If you're going to be, putting budget behind it, or it might be a dark post where it's only in the news feed. And the reason that performs well is, remember that Facebook's heading towards this whole digital streaming television platform, as I've been talking about with the Watch. They're basically a TV channel coming soon. And the 6 to 15 seconds videos can get slipped in to be ad breaks, pre-roll or mid-roll ad breaks. So that's what's going to be another major area of monetization for Facebook.
Yeah, their future.
And great for us, great for us marketers in using business and whatnot. Another great stat for you, video ads have an average click-through rate of 1.84%, the highest click-through rate of all digital ad formats. That's from our friends at Business Insider. Mm-hmm. Really, really good to know that. So no more excuses, friends. You've got to have more video. Let's talk, and then we said in the beginning that this was the #1 challenge that marketers, when it comes to creating videos, it's about time and resources. Yeah. So let's give them these lovely tips.
These are tips just from my own experience of creating videos all the time, even on the go when we're busy. So one thing is, for me, the thing that takes a lot of time is even just the ideation part of the creativity of what do I even create in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And back to the empathy part, a lot of it goes towards research. You have to do your job of listening to what's out there. And a tip that I have is to make sure you save videos that even catch your own attention.
I love this. We got a little screenshot. If you don't know where to do it, it's top secret, but I do this all the time, several times a day. Right. I will take a screenshot and I will save videos, especially video ads. And sometimes not always videos, but I love to save ads and really study them. And then if you don't know how to do that, here's a quick little, this is on desktop or mobile. You just tap the 3 wee buttons and it's right there. Save video.
There's 3 little dots and you can save a video. On Instagram, it's the bookmark.
Bookmark, the little flag there, the little ribbon.
Exactly. So our friend Sue Bryce.
I saw Sue there. Yeah, I love her.
She has a video on Instagram, and I find her stuff so inspirational that I click that little bookmark button and it's saved to my role in Instagram. So by doing so, you can study what makes those videos successful and why it caught your attention, and kind of come up with ideas of, hey, I should create educational content like that, or I like the way they did that hook in the first 3 seconds. I should use that type of strategy. So saving videos. 2 is you gotta have something to create videos with. I mean, you can create videos with just text. So if you are an amazing storyteller in Animoto, you could just do a text-only video.
That's true.
You can do that. But for most businesses, they do have a visual. They are trying to create visual videos. And so it's very helpful to have a lot of assets to work with. And what I mean by that is having photos and videos that you've taken all year. Some business owners get so busy in their everyday that they just forget to take a quick video or a quick photo of their products today, or at a conference, or of a customer coming to pick up their products from you or their services. By proactively taking photos and video, don't forget video, you'll have a lot to work with when it comes time to creating your videos.
Yes, exactly.
Remember to record videos too. I think in this Instagram age, a lot of folks are just looking for that one picture, that one perfect shot for Instagram. Just turn on your video camera. I mean, if you've got like a great product or you're already camera ready, might as well take a couple of videos as well. So just a word of encouragement. And then practicing regularly. It's something that both of us do. And I create videos for my personal page, and I don't mean marketing videos for my personal page. I mean, you know, being a historian of my own family's life, taking pictures of a trip or at Christmas, and then making videos and trying to tell a story. Again, not just a slideshow, but actually creating an interesting story that will get my friends and family engaged. If you can practice video regularly for your business as well as for your personal life, you'll be ready when it comes time to creating videos.
I love it. Yep. Practicing on your personal page. Perfect.
Yep.
So we got some resources for them.
Yep.
From Animoto.
Talked about stock assets. Now, some other free sites that we recommend are Pixabay, free images. That's how you created that buffer video at the very beginning. Pexel's another great one. Yeah. There's lots of resources out there. And if you're taking photos all year round, remember that tip that we just talked about? Yes. Take a picture of just a beautiful landscape of cars going by. You know, just having your own assets is very helpful.
Exactly. And then you've got the social media calendar for everybody. You've given that out? Yes.
We've got a social video toolkit for 2018. It's 29 pages of strategy of a social media calendar. We've got stuff like National Shipping Day. Did you know that was a national holiday?
I did not.
Yeah, right? It'd be perfect to create something if you've got products to ship. You've got Chinese New Year coming up.
That's right.
There's just a lot of fun stuff in there that will remind you to create content that's timely.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then leveraging feedback. Yeah. You mentioned this of asking your friends for what you're good at.
Yes.
But same thing with videos. When you're creating videos, don't just publish it out there. Get some feedback. I always like, there are some colleagues of mine that I trust for their input just to take a look at it first. It's good if you have that. If you don't, there's lots of Facebook groups out there.
There are.
We've got Animoto has a Facebook group, and I'm inspired by the videos that are in there. And it's really useful to see what other people are creating in other industries, and it inspires me to create videos as well.
Exactly. Very good. So we're going to do a summary, and then Cyndi is going to do a real-time demo.
I'll be like Martha Stewart.
Yes, you will. Wow. Wait, now you got me thinking of chocolate cookies and donuts. No. Key takeaways. So create videos that spark conversation. So this is whether you're, obviously you want to use live a bit more, but you also want to be doing videos, and many of these beautiful examples we've shown you here today that spark discussion. And by the way, friends, it's totally okay to ask people to comment. I don't know where that came from. The engagement bait, there's like 5 different types. There's voting, there's commenting, there's reaction, there's contest, there's baiting type of. Nobody here does that kind of post.
Right.
But you can say, what do you guys think of it? Or share your thoughts, or comment below to give me your input. Yeah, of course you can say that. Somebody said that there was a list going around that Facebook approved words back last year when they brought that engagement bait thing, and that's just not true.
I have not seen it yet. Yeah, we definitely looked for it.
So spark conversation and be responding to people, and then craft your videos for maximum shares. Remember, we talked about thumb stopping, educational, inspirational. use video to engage and also to grow your groups, like that wonderful wilderness one we saw. Wildness. Optimized for mobile, really focusing a little bit more on square, testing it out. You can do some square and some landscape and see how they go for you. And then you definitely need to be setting aside some budget. Now, often we'll say to people nominal, and people always say, Mari, what's a nominal budget? Try $10. Try $10, okay? If you can do $100, if you can add a zero in the end, do $100 to amplify the reach of a post. But the trick really, though, is using the ads manager, not the boost button. Only use the boost button for about 10% of your total ad budget. The rest is better used and optimized in ads manager. And then practice and keep on learning. So, my friends, yes, indeed. We have got some special offers. So if you are a first-time Animoto subscriber, right?
Yes.
New subscribers.
It's for new Animoto subscribers. You can get 20% off. We do have a free trial. So if you go to Animoto and want to just test drive, especially after I do this demo, you want to try it out for yourself, we've got a free trial. But if you're ready to sign up, we've got a 20% offer using Mari Webinar 2018.
Yes, and as I mentioned in the beginning, I think I did anyway, I've been an Animoto customer for almost 10 years, as long as they've been in existence.
Yes.
And it's...
We love that.
Yes, I'm a long-time customer of Animoto.
She's paving the way.
Yeah, and I do. One of my favorite things to do is an annual year in review. And I just some for family, but also obviously for business. They're so easy to use, really great. You'll see in a minute.
Storyboard for that.
Yes, indeed. So, and then I also have my own offer for everybody here. I know many, I've recognized a few folks here that are right now in my Fast Facebook Results program, which is a combination of Facebook video, Facebook Live, and Facebook ads, how to amplify your reach, results, and revenue. And you can easily catch up in that program. And right now, if you look online, you'll see it's full price, but I want to extend a $500 savings on that. And you can, that's actually on my page here. It's on the sign up button. It's mentioned in my cover video above. And it's you can go to signup.marismith.com/fastfb. We'll put that in the comments for you as well, my friends. And you just need to put the code in, say 500. We would love to have you in that program with us. And it's a very, very active group and a lot of support. People are getting amazing results. Somebody's actually, one of my author students there has tripled her sales already on one of her books. So yeah, just incredible. Somebody's asking how long the discount's good for. Do you know that?
Oh, you know what? If our team's got that, I'm not quite sure on that. That's a great question. I should know that.
It's the 24th. Yes.
We'll circle back. I'll circle back in the comments with that.
Yes. What is the 24th? How much longer have we got in January? Oh, 1 more week. Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yes. We got 1 more week in January. It's a long month. Yeah, so we'll get back to you on that, on both offers, on the time.
But just to keep that education going, I think these are both great. Animoto also has some free resources out there. If you like my demo coming up and my tutorials, we've got more tutorials that are available on Animoto too. So lots of free learning out there, as well as some great opportunities to sign up for more in-depth stuff, which is those results are amazing. Yeah, they really are. So we'd love to have you, my friends. So let's switch gears and do your wonderful demo. Here we go. Animoto live demo. Live demo. How to create a compelling video from start to finish in 10 minutes. And we're fine on time. We don't have a hard stop. We're going to keep going until we 10 minutes, give or take, depending on how chatty we get. Because we could talk for a long time, and that adds to the video creation. I know, right? But, so let's see. I think this is your screen right here, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is great. Now, I'm working with a new mouse roller pad. Mari's got this great ergonomic roller mouse that I just learned before going live. I know. So, and she's a pro already. She's a pro already. Okay, so these are a selection of storyboards on Animoto. So if I scroll down, you can see a whole selection. We've already got some Valentine's Day storyboards up there, and you can always mouse over them to take a look, a preview of them. The one that I'm going to demonstrate today, because I think it's really great for the content that we shared, is 7 Things for Valentine's Day. It's modeled in the ways of publisher editorial videos. So you'll see a lot of lists like this. So if we select that, you can see a preview and choose that storyboard. These ones already have music in them too. That's what I like. You can choose your own music from Animoto's library, but you've already put music in there. We have some defaults in there, some suggested songs that go well with the style. And so this is what you'll see as a storyboard. You can think of it as a video template for building your video. and they're built with best practices in mind. So our team has really done a lot of research into the top performing videos out there, what components they're made out of, and how we can help you replicate that. And so we're showing you exactly how to create that. And then what you can do is you can click this button to upload your own photos and images, as well as videos. You can do slow motion, you can do time-lapse stuff, boomerangs, you can add those in, but you upload your assets here. Now, I've already taken the time to do that, just so that we don't take the time, but let me jump over here to the stock library that we were talking about that you can get access to. So over here, I went ahead and downloaded some stock, and you can just click on that little button there. And then I moved it into my project. So they're already uploaded here in this left-hand corner, and it just takes a couple. So, I mean, it's not too many. So I've got a mix of some videos and some photos there from that stock asset library. And then we can start building it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a recap of everything we've discussed today.
Oh my gosh, cool.
So I'm going to pull in your photo there.
Oh, there's me.
Yes. And so this is, if you look at this storyboard, it's like a dating website. And so when we talked about empathy, you know, they want to reach singles, right? Because the dating website wants singles. So they're trying to create content that singles might relate to and share. In this case, we're talking about folks who want to learn about video. So I'm going to replace this, and we've got, I'm going to replace the text, and I'm going to say, did you miss my Facebook Live? Hopefully you didn't. If you're tuning in, then no. But if you're watching a replay, maybe. And then we're going to go block by block, and we're going to replace what we see with something that works for our business. So 7 ways to create compelling videos in less than 30 seconds.
Nice.
So just block by block. Next, let's see. We've got some great footage here of the ocean. I'm so inspired by the West Coast, by the way. So what was one of the first tips? It was to craft to maximize shares, right?
Yeah, share-worthy content. Yeah, or to maximize.
For maximum shares. Great. Now, that's the default text. Now, you can always jump into this area that says see more. Now, this is going to give you more control over your text as well as your editing options. So you can click on that, and it's going to open up this edit mode here. And actually, we've got our comments covering up my controls, but it's on the right-hand side of the screen there. Oh, thank you. And we've got some few controls. You can do the timing, you can do voiceover, but text is what I'm going to try to minimize here. So I can change the text size, so it's a little bit more comfortable. I can also change the colors of my text if I'd like to. So let's go back here. All right.
I like how they light up. They're all like grayed out because it's placeholder content.
Exactly.
And it lights up.
It's a template so that you can replace what you see with your own. So let's say another thing that we discussed is to use Square, right? We got lots of questions about this. So as you can see, even as we talk about Square, these are horizontal videos. So 16 by 9 videos. And we've also got images of all sizes, like this is a portrait or a vertical photo. But you can just drop it into our templates, which are already square. And when you produce your video, it will be in the square format.
Nice.
So I'm going to say square videos are 78% bigger in the newsfeed. Right? We learned that today. And again, I'm going to jump into see more, and I'm going to show you how to move that text. So you just click on the text that you've got, and a teal box will appear, and you can just click and drag that where you want. So it's a little bit more space up there. So I'm going to move it up there, bump it up there. And we're just going to go one by one, just like that. And what's another thing that we learned? Click call to action, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Being specific. So
specific call to action.
Include a clear CTA. And you know what? I'm just going to explain what CTA is just in case. Equals call to action.
Nice.
So you want to tell folks the action that you want them to take when they watch your video.
Right.
All right. Another tip here. Let's see. Saving videos. Both of us do this, right? Save inspirational videos.
Indeed.
There we go.
For ideas.
Yep, and I'm just going to show you one more time because I want to move that up to that blue sky. So you click on the text and you just click and drag it to where you want it to go. All right. Another thing, taking more photos and videos.
There you go.
Yeah? All right, so basically I'm following this template. So in the beginning, this was 7 things that singles say because it's for Valentine's Day. But in this case, we're talking about 7 ways to create compelling videos, which was what our Facebook Live is all about. So this tip is take photos, I can spell photos and videos all year. All right. And then, I think we're running into the comments section again in our broadcast, which is great. There. Keep those comments coming.
Yes, I know.
All right, and let's see, one more.
Oh, a dandelion.
One more, dandelion, yeah.
Save, did we say? Oh, you already got the save one in the take.
Yeah, so one of the lessons, practice regularly.
Yes, yes.
You know, you get faster as you practice. Practice making video creation regularly. There we go. Okay. Now, we talked about earlier about including a clear call to action. I'm going to put that right here. So we want to encourage conversation, and we know you guys have a lot of tips as well. So an example of that, so instead of going for a cheap like it, you could say things like, what are your pro tips?
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we can come down here and replace what we see, and we can say, tell us in the comments. Great.
Beautiful.
And then this last one is a logo, but you know what? We just gave some pretty awesome offers, like following up with your Fast Results program, so we can put that there. And I'll
that's okay.
Move this again.
I know, he's right on top.
We've got lots of screens going on. It's pretty impressive. It's awesome. We can say, you know, click on the link to learn more.
Nice.
All right. So now up here, that's all it takes. I mean, that's how easy it is to walk through. We walk you through how to create this type of content. Now, you can see up here the total time of your video. Now, it's at 45 seconds now, and that's because some of these videos that I uploaded are between 10 and 11 seconds. That's quite long. So if I mouse over that, it's just going to stay on the screen for a really long time.
That's going to feel like ages.
It's going to feel like ages. So what you can do is you can edit how long each frame stays up. So if I click on 10 seconds, it's going to give me the opportunity to trim my video, which all you need to do is click and drag where your video starts and stops. And you can see right here how long this footage is. So I'm going to go for 3 seconds.
There you go.
There we go. And you can always preview. So that's my 3-second clip. Looks good. I'm going to apply. So now it's 3 seconds. As you can see, my overall length of my video is decreasing. So it's going down. I'm going to do that one more time in case you missed that. So I click on seconds. I trim the video and I click to drag where that video starts and stops. Again, for me, I like around 3 to 4 seconds. It depends on how long it takes to read the words.
Exactly.
And you can preview to see what's there.
Nice.
Now, if you have video footage that has talking head or audio, it's someone speaking, you can have audio on or you can have audio off. So it's up to you. You can have audio come through. All right, so now that brings us to 30 seconds.
Nice.
Great. Now, one more thing that I wanted to show is that since there's 2 of us, there's some new blocks too. So even though our storyboards come pre-built so that you can create a video from start to finish, you can always add or delete what you see. So it's completely customizable. You can click add a block, and let's add a collage of the 2 of us.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to click and drag Mari over here, and I'm going to put myself on the other side. Now, as you can see, there's some defaults there, but if I click on see more, it'll let me customize. So I click on my image and I just drag it to where it makes sense. And I can also add text from here as well. So I will do, did you miss our Facebook Live? Whoop. Facebook Live, there we go. And again, click on the text and move it to where you'd like. Oh, mouse pad.
Roller mouse.
Roller mouse. But it's quite ergonomical. I
It
think
is.
it's a great tool.
She's going to be getting one.
Great. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag this block to the very beginning.
There you go.
I'm going to adjust it because I think 4 seconds is a bit long. I want to get right into the content. So I'm going to click on that seconds. Now, because these are 2 photos, I don't need to trim the video. It's just a photo. So I can just determine it should just be 2 seconds long. And you can mouse over to see a preview. That looks good to me. And then I'm just going to delete this block. So I'm going to remove that. Just like that.
Great demo.
All right, so we can preview the video, so you can see what it looks like. At any time, you can preview your work and take a look and see what you think.
It takes a few seconds.
Yes, it takes a few seconds, but that's all it takes. I mean, was that 10 minutes?
Roughly, I think it was.
More or less?
I think it was less. There you go. And then,
all
like
right,
I said, there is music on this.
Yes. Yes, and I can show you where to access our music, but it comes, when you sign up for Animoto Professional, it comes with access to our library of commercially licensed music. So there's over 2,000 songs with our partners Triple Scoop Music that you can choose, but we've already done the hard work of recommending a few songs that go well with the style. Yeah,
I know. I think actually your team, they tend to put the music fits the storyboard well.
Great, great. Awesome. All right. And just like that, I mean, we did a recap of everything we discussed in this Facebook Live. True. So hopefully it's educational. Hopefully it's share-worthy for folks who want to share that with folks. And if we want to answer that square thing, let me just show you that here. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought of that from the comments. Good, Again, thanks for commenting, guys. Over here on the left-hand panel, we have what we call global control. So it affects your entire video rather than block-by-block edits. If you go down here into ratio and click on that, it gives you the ability to change your video from landscape. So if I click on this, it's going to change everything to the 16:9. And as you can see, we might need to make a video on a big screen or on YouTube, or you can just click on square and it'll make your video square. So that's how you can make square videos in Animoto. And then down here, you can also access our library. But that's the demo in a nutshell. Hopefully that was helpful, guys.
That was outstanding. Really well done. So let's see. What should we do next?
I think we've
got, that's the end of my slideshow, but let's just recap. Because I know I saw a few people coming in afterwards, and you were wondering about signing up for the free resources. There's the comment pinned, and Animoto has the calendar and the access to some stock images.
And these promotions will go out through an email. Yeah.
And we'll send you some reminders and follow-ups. Yeah. And
some tutorials as well if you want to keep learning from demos.
I did see somebody ask how much is my fast Facebook results program. It's $14.95. So $500 off takes it down to $9.95, and you can pay that in 3 payments. Easy 3-pay plan. And it's a fantastic course, and we have a lot of great people in there. We'd love to have you come join us and find out how you can make video at the forefront of your marketing plans this year, and video that helps to monetize your business. So we should probably do a few questions. What do you think, Cyndi?
Sure, yeah, let's go through it.
We're over time here, but I do want to address a few questions.
Sure,
now then, and I got my screen all over the place here. So actually, I think I'll do this. I'm going to take my little frame off, because that does that better. Whoopsie. So just for a couple here, I can pop them up here like that. See? Hi, Cheryl. Very helpful. Great. Thank you, too.
Wow,
Appreciate
that's
it.
Cool.
Isn't that neat? We can put them up there.
Yeah, that is really neat.
And then, Clifford has a question. Can I bring in any graphics with a transparent background? Oh, sure.
Yes,
of course you can.
Sure. Right? Like PNG files. Yep. There's if our team's online, we've got a link to all the types of formats that Animoto can take. But yes, absolutely. I've seen PNGs uploaded, and then you can have the color shine through.
Nice. Very nice. Let's see. I know I'm seeing some tech questions about my set. Sherry, will you direct message me on my page? We'd love to have you, Sherry. Direct message me on my page, and we'll take care of you. Thank you for asking. We'd love to have you involved or participating.
I love all these comments, though. They're engaging. Yes,
I know.
Right?
Yes,
yes. Some real long questions. I'm just reading all of these.
Yeah, we have a lot of great ones in here. I think that was similar. Using text with a transparent background. We just text with transparent background?
Text with the transparent. If the text is an image and you have the text as an image file, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Great. Oh, that's great. Hog bonus. I'm officially sold.
Yes.
Yay. That's awesome.
I'm glad it's providing value and the folks are sticking around. This is really great.
Oh, yeah, I know. I love it. Serena, do you have, do you have some stock videos?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Great.
we do have stock videos as well. In fact, it's in the same gallery in SmugMug. We're partners with SmugMug, and we've got both an image section and videos in there. So that ocean shot that you saw me use in the demo, that's in there.
Yeah.
The clicking and scrolling and thumb stopping, that's in there. So there's a lot of good stuff in there.
I thought that ocean when you went down to La Jolla yesterday and took a quick video yourself.
Well, actually, so Animoto is headquartered in New York City. So
Yes.
I'm visiting from New York City. But we have an office in San Francisco as well. And so that one was shot from one of our employees in San Francisco.
Oh, it really was. Look at that.
So he's much closer to the beach than I am, even though New York City is technically by a beach.
Yeah,
it's just not as pretty.
Yeah, that's great. Let's see.
Right.
Just a couple more questions here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Roz. Roz is a long time friend of mine. And yeah, absolutely. The offers will be available on the replay. Yes. And they'll be probably at least a week, do you think, for the month of January?
Yeah, for the promotion?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it'll be well into, I would say into February for sure, but I'm not sure exactly how long into February.
We'll find out for certain,
yes.
And I'll update this the Facebook Live for you all, okay? I love
We're so busy getting this content ready that that's a good detail that I should have done. That's good real-time feedback. All right.
Claire White has a good question here. And you know what? Equipment, tripods, lighting, lenses. So there is a free video gear list that I'm giving away on my site. If you go to mariesmith.com/FB Live, all lowercase, FB Live, and you can download a free video gear list. And it's packed with pretty much everything in my whole studio here. Cameras, lighting, microphones, the works. And I saw this one earlier. I wanted to address that. Erin, what is Facebook's rule for using text in a video ad? They used to be very, very strict about 20% or less text on images or videos. Then all of a sudden, I want to say maybe 18 months, 2 years ago, they relaxed. That's literally the word they use, right? They relaxed the 20% text rule. And so you'll get an ad approved if it has more than 20% text. Like on the thumbnail that you choose, the thumbnail for a video, but it might not perform as well. And Facebook will literally tell you that. So for your thumbnail, that you can definitely put a Facebook, you can put a video ad with text on it. You just want to make sure that the thumbnail doesn't have too much text, right?
Yeah, and I think that's part of that tip of being concise. As difficult as it is, there are usually shorter ways to say what you're trying to say.
I know. Sometimes not, though. I'm very verbose. But for ads, no, I know what you mean. I'm just being funny. Let's see. I think that there's so many questions here. I'm going to take two more, and then we better jump off. Let's see. I know you're all the questions all the questions about what I'm using and what software and all of that good stuff. I promise I'll answer them in the comments just as soon as I can. We got that one.
The CTA button, now that one just came in. There was a CTA button question.
Okay, let's see.
There we go. Yes.
Let me create an overlay with that. There you
All
go.
right. So Peter asked about the CTA button at the end of Animoto videos. So in Animoto, what he's referring to is within Animoto, you can add a CTA a call to action overlay that happens on top of your video, so that anytime someone presses pause or finishes your video, people can click and they'll be taken to whatever URL you set in really Animoto.
Cool.
It's cool. That feature is available when you send folks to your produced video in Animoto, so your published page. And that's not really the intent of what we had there. We want you to get the videos out there where everyone else is, like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And so what Peter's referring to is that that CTA overlay does get removed when you upload your video natively to the
because it's not a
social-
Facebook feature.
Exactly.
Facebook would not support that feature. Imagine how many people would be trying to do that organically.
Right.
Having a call to action button right inside the video.
Yeah. Again, it's understanding Facebook's motivations, but that's okay. I think some better ways are to use Facebook's tools for that. So when you import videos or images into Facebook, add a link to the description.
Right.
There are ways that you can, in the ad, do the learn more button.
Absolutely. Learn more, download, sign up. Even a hot tip for everybody here, by the way, on the ads part of it, is even if you put pretend like you're going to boost don't tell Facebook I said that, but
master tip.
Pretend like you're going to boost your post, get that call to action button in, and then you can always pause the campaign. Pause it, let your video go for maybe 1 or 2 days, and then you can come back and do a proper ad with it. But that way, at least you get your call to action button in there.
You get a little CTA button under your content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think there was one more because I said 2 more, and then that's it. Let's do this one here. Regina.
Yeah.
Regina is saying, how long are the most successful videos? So
yes.
It totally depends, right? So it's very important that we said earlier, between 6 and 15 seconds, literally 6 and 15 seconds, if you want to be able to be showing up in those video ad breaks, pre-roll, mid-roll, in other people's videos. So those are for video ad breaks. However, there are some amazing videos that, how long was Chewbacca Mama?
Yes.
Right? That was like 2 or 3 minutes or something.
Sure.
It's one of the most
And
viral videos ever.
Long videos on Facebook as well. I feel like the intent of this question, though, is really your video should be as long as you need to tell one specific story. It should be about one thing. You don't want to cram too many things. Like it wasn't Chewbacca Mom and what's another trend? It wasn't too many things all at once.
Right.
But if you tell one story well, I think that's what you should aim for. It's just too often I see a lot of small businesses trying to put too much into one video. They treat it like a one-time thing. But if you're creating many videos, you should be able to create these bite-sized videos that Mari's talking about. And however long, you did a video last night, or you shared it from 18 months ago.
Yes.
And, that was longer than, I would say it's about 30 seconds or so, but it was everything you need to know about the new Facebook algorithm. And it was no shorter. So however long it takes you.
56 seconds.
56 seconds.
I try to keep them under a minute if I'm wanting to also put it on Instagram.
Yes, that's right. That is a limit on Instagram.
Still. So we'll see if they ever change
it. It needs to be under a minute at the moment.
I kind of like that it is for now on Instagram. A quick example ad is a young guy called iPhone Photography School. And I really enjoy his ads. Are usually 7, 8, 9, 10-minute video ads, but it's him teaching a lesson. And I find myself drawn in. Yeah. So it's all contextual. Right. It's like, it depends, right? If you had somebody droning on for 10 minutes about something you weren't interested in, that'd be too long. You wouldn't, obviously. So it's all contextual. It's about engaging and connecting with your audience and getting the right message across. Let me put that little guy up there again. And so just one last reminder before we jump off today. Press this button, press that button. I need a chief operator for my videos.
You do it all, Mari. This is so impressive.
I do it all.
I get to see it all behind the scenes. This is all things you can learn in Facebook, the fast Facebook results. You cover Facebook Live as well, right?
I sure do. Sure do. Yes, we cover everything from equipment to costuming to makeup to vocal exercises to what to say to storyboarding what you're going to put on your videos to having a show on the Watch platform to Facebook ads to custom audiences, you name it, everything. So between the videos that you can make on Animoto and joining me in my fast Facebook results course, you've got everything you need to make 2018 very successful with your video marketing. Yes?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out. It's been awesome. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. We'll see you again real soon. If we did not get to your question, we'll do our very best to hop into the comments and answer them for you. Have a blessed rest of your day, your afternoon, your morning. Hang on. Hang on.
Worldwide audience.
More things to click. Worldwide awesome. Yeah, I always say that. Have a blessed rest of your day, your morning, your evening, your weekend. What? It's only Wednesday. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.
Bye.